Drop a bomb, 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 bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Ooh, look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky at that.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb,
Going on reckless, just it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.
Sorry, I pressed too much buttons and I made Peter disappear into the blackness. Yo, Peter. Yo, people, what's good? Welcome to another Reckless Roundtable. What's cracking? I got a soundboard and KG don't. Yes, that's the truth. Yeah, bots, you got a soundboard, bots? Have you got a soundboard?
What soundboard?
No, you
I got here, KG doesn't have. Okay. So.
Bow, 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 bow.
Boss, you let me down, boss. You let me down. Boo. Boss, boo. Anyway, guys, so welcome to another Reckless Roundtable. You got me here, Joe Black. You had me all day, to be fair, because KG's been on audition. I don't know if I remember to say earlier today, but KG's been on audition today, so hopefully let's all send our good lucks out to KG in it. Yeah, fingers crossed. I got all them fingers crossed. I got the toes crossed. I got the arms crossed. I like listen. Good luck. It's a big part, people. Everything crossed. Yeah. Send the good luck out to KG. Send the praise out to KG. I want the energy, people. Where's the freaking energy? Send the energy out to KG. As I was saying.
Well, wait. Did he have it this morning? Because he was on red carpet in the evening, right?
Yeah. It was this morning. That's why, obviously, I don't usually do the Monday shows, innit? Yeah, I got called last minute, pulled up. You know, this motherfucker tells me everything last minute. So,
bro,
nah,
he said that last week, Joe. He did say he has an audition.
But he didn't tell me that he said he was going to. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you all the ins and outs, but we'll talk about it after the show, innit? No, I'm not going to expose him on the mains, innit?
Joe will pull up to everything, everything and anything other than truth is truth.
He's in
wasn't me that time.
Yeah, look, I will take all the shots because right now it feels like that show's non-existent, innit? Yeah, so let's not say anything until I actually do something. I have to take every shot that's fired at me until I actually do something.
Yo, Wajid give you like 10 topics, bro.
You have no idea. Listen, not only that, but every time he gives me a topic, he makes sure he fires a shot so I know that I feel it. Yeah, he makes sure on the mains. Yeah. Oh fucking hell! I just realized what it says. But so you reading this? Are you reading what Wajid's name is? Read the name.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I'll say it. The Vatican are gonna vote a new pope before we get another truth is truth. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed this little segment I have, which is I find a new fact. Anyway, go on.
Listen.
People
you don't find another fact. You don't find another fact before there's a truth is truth. But look, let's the topic. Say it's truth is truth is not the topic tonight, yeah, guys. But can I just welcome Riri? By the way, yeah, I've deliberately made sure I had a calmer panel on here today. I want you to make sure that your voice is heard. Yeah, I'm not having it this week. Yeah, I'm not having it this week. I want to make sure that you speak up. Yeah, if man them are interrupting you, tell man to shut up, bruv. Yeah, I want to hear it. And if you think man are over interrupting you, tell me and I'll tell man to shut up. Then, innit? Yeah, I'm not having it this week. I'm not having it this week.
Where's this coming from, though?
Your voice will be heard.
I don't know
your voice will be heard.
I think I'm heard. I think so. I think last week I was just, at some point I was like, Wajid, I was done, bro. Like I was.
I'm sorry, yes, it was a good education point last week. If for those who didn't see last week's show, yeah, we were discussing Ruben Amorim and whether or not he's actually improved us. And there was one particular person on the panel that I felt needed more education than others. And you know what? For the panelists that we had, I thought it was the right panelist to actually educate this person on the improvements on the team. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not the right person to educate anybody on anything when it comes to Ruben Amorim.
That's very true.
Yeah?
You're a very volatile individual.
I'm very honest with it. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, that's one thing. You know what? I might be very volatile. I might be very angry. I could be very emotional. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm very honest. That's another thing. Yeah, I'm very honest. And I'll just tell you, if I don't understand it, I don't understand it. Please explain more. I might understand better at the end. But you know what? What we want to get into right now, guys, yeah? The first thing that's on the agenda for today, let's just go with the thumbnail. Let's just go with the thumbnail. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, where the hell is it? I missed it. I think I missed it. Well, anyway, never mind. What we're going to talk about is this. Why are we mad? Yeah, please let me know. This, everybody saw the and in fact, if you haven't seen, please just read. You know, Rasmus Hojlund yesterday after the match, he put out, you know, we wanted the win, but I needed that. For some reason, the fan base has lost their mind. I don't even know if it's half, the majority, whatever. But from what I heard this morning on KG's show, for me, it felt like the majority of the fan base have lost their mind when Rasmus released this. You know what, Riri, I didn't get to hear from you this morning, so let me start with you. The Americans, I'm going to start with both of you. Yeah? So Riri and then Full Power Hour. Please, could you let me know, how did you feel when you heard about Rasmus Hojlund releasing this? Or did you hear about it?
I didn't. I didn't even know there was like an uproar about
See what I'm saying?
What he posted or whatever. Like I legit yesterday. One, I didn't even watch the game. I went and bots know I went to a christening, so I didn't even watch the game. And then I got home and I just watched basketball. I didn't even like try to understand what was going on because I was like, I think I've had enough of the Premier League. I think I'm ready for it to be over. So I don't know what was Tish, you're not lying. I probably just woke up. Well, what happened? Why is everybody mad at
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Right. You know what? Let me try and explain a little bit better then, yeah? So basically, on this morning's show, yeah, we were having a discussion about Rasmus Hojlund. So, you know, after he scored the goal, right?
Right.
His goal, he's very active on social media as usual. He's very
active. Right,
because
he's young. Most young people are active on social media. They go to social media for everything.
Can you read that comment there? He said, Rasmus Hojlund, certified Rasmus Hojlund, 6 million followers, yeah, said,
okay,
we wanted to win, but I needed that, yeah? Now,
okay.
Pav, you know what, Riri? Just so you can get a feel of this morning, Pav, could you please just enlighten Riri and how you feel about this situation? Because really, you highlight exactly how most of the fan base felt about it this morning. So please, could you just enlighten Riri and Football Power Hour if he doesn't know about it as well?
No, I know because I had this similar discussion with Pav, but Pav, go ahead, brother.
Okay.
So I wasn't even looking. I don't follow majority of footballers at United anyway. But I was just on Twitter. Well, you know, we've had a draw, stinky performance. Let's just see what's the news, isn't it? Any transfer news out there? Any spin stories just to like, you know, settle the anger within some of the fan base. Nah, I saw this guy's photo, like obviously on one of the United accounts on Twitter, and I was like, is this guy for real? Yeah, we wanted the win, brother. We all wanted the win, but we know that's not happening. Yeah, and then the second part was what pissed me off the most. Yeah, I needed that, brother. You needed that. We've needed that all season. We've needed goals all season. But what's you scoring now going to do for you with a couple of games left? Like, why can't you just be quiet? I said the same thing about Onana when he raised his mouth before the Lyon game. Why do you need the field to open your mouth? For what reason? Yeah, you needed that goal. Well done. It's not doing nothing for you. You're going to disappear again for about 15 games. You're attention seeking. You need sympathy of this fan base. I don't care about the whole thing about they need to get engagement views and this and that on their Instagram. Read the room, for fuck's sake. Like, I know people are going to say it's not that deep, but for when you've got one of the stinkiest strikers in your entire history, yeah, and you're doing like it's not like something out of the ordinary where like I'm going to kick him every day for this. But straight after the game, bro, 1-1 against Bournemouth, and you're saying you needed that, but you're not going to do nothing else. You're probably not even going to score again, because that's what your record is. Every time you score, you put something out on social media, whether it's that or a poem or whatever it is that floats your boat, you disappear, and you're probably you're likely not to even be here next year. So what's that goal going to do for you in terms of for your career anyway? So far, nothing.
Okay, so
Bro,
now can I respond to that?
Yes,
rant
please. Yes,
that
please.
I've just
Actually, yes,
went on?
please.
Okay, now
Yes,
that I've read the post, so one, he's young. Young people go to social media for everything. They express themselves on social media more than they will express themselves verbally in a conversation. For him, that was his outlet to say, I've been struggling. I know I've been struggling. And when he said I needed that, in his head, he's thinking for his confidence or for this hasn't got nothing to do with you, Pav. It ain't got nothing to do with the Man U fan base. It's for him personally. Psychologically, it's for him. And this is somebody that did social in college. Psychologically, that's just for him. It's not for anybody else. I mean, and I'm not disputing that the fan base can rise up or have an issue with it because they're already strung out on the fact that we're 14th. We haven't even touched 40 points and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, it for me, it doesn't move my needle personally as a fan, but hey.
Sorry, Riri, what you just said, it was for him and not for us. So why have you put it out on social media if it's for him? Why not keep it to yourself? Keep it to your family members, your girlfriend or whatever. Why did you need to tell?
But I prefaced that in the first thing I said. Young people take that is their outlet. They take everything to social media. Hence the reason about all these different rappers with their baby mothers and they this, that, and the other and the third. Young people take everything to social media. I am not saying what you're saying is wrong, that he could have just kept it in, off social media, but you and I have this discussion all the time. This is the generation you're dealing with. You have to meet them where they're at. You cannot let their type of lifestyle anger you to the point where you're aggravated and this is their lifestyle. It's not going to change. It is not going to change. They're going to be on here posting their dogs, their chains, if they fly here, they climb a mountain, they will post everything. I
don't have an issue with whatever these lot want to post with their personal life or whatever. I never have, innit?
You have an issue with him posting what he posted.
No, that's because it's to do with the match. It's to do with the match specifically, yeah. What I have an issue with is that I know this guy is going to pull up a stinker when it comes to Thursday. I know. So this is why I'm thinking, why would you put something out there like that with your track record? You're going to pull up a stinker, guaranteed to pull up a stinker on Thursday.
Even if he pulls up a stinker, for him, in his confidence level, in his head.
What confidence level? When has this guy ever had confidence? Tell me. What confidence has he ever had in the United shirt?
Y'all forget this.
Because if he this,
we forget.
Does he even know what the word confidence is?
Wait, hold up. You forgetting this dude was banging in goals at Champions League. He was banging in goals, and Onana got us kicked out of Champions League. Rasmus had the highest goal scorer in the Champions League.
I've seen Rashford banging goals for us in the Champions League too. I've seen him banging hat trick in the Champions League, and what's that done for us? That didn't do anything for us. We still got relegated to the Europa League.
In the gutter, it was also in the gutter. That's why he had to go.
So we're right to say Rasmus has got to go then.
If you don't got confidence in yourself, you will not perform. You will not.
Exactly. So in the summer, we should be getting rid of Rasmus. Can we all agree?
I personally have always said, and I've said it on many streams, I think he should go on loan because
I think
he should go on loan because
nope.
I don't think we're gonna get somebody.
No.
No.
Send him to
No.
the
And
fucking
that's what I.
shadow
But
realm.
Wajid, you just heard what I just said. I think he should go on loan because I don't think we're gonna get someone to buy him. I've said that
That's
on
not the reason
stream
I
a
think he
couple
should
of
go on
times.
loan, if I'm being honest. That's not the reason I believe he should go on loan. It's not because I don't believe anybody's going to buy him, but it's more because I don't believe that we've given him. You know, when people said that we've given him too much chances, basically this morning, was it too much chances? What's the word that we used this morning? Waj?
A microcosm.
No. When we said that we gave.
Microcosm.
That's
No,
that's the word I used this morning.
So that's the word you used for. I'm telling you, what's the word that we used for giving Rasmus too many chances this morning?
There's opportunities, wasn't it?
Yes. Okay, so we're giving him too much something like that. Anyway, so basically we've used Rasmus so much that he's had enough chances to get it right, is what everybody was saying this morning, yeah, guys. Now, Bots, I'm gonna put this out to you, yeah, because I was trying to ask you about what Pav said. Now, do you feel like it's the likes of Rasmus, right? Just to take an example, right, has had enough time and the right time to develop at the club, yeah? Or has he been? I really want to remember the word we used because I feel like we were saying that we was almost saying that certain other people of certain colors get injustice, like Xerxes, but Rasmus has been given a lead.
Man, they were using that they were using that stupid term underbelly color thing. That's what they were. That's what everyone was.
It was a good word. Is there a certain prejudice?
That's what they were saying this morning. That's what they were saying this morning.
Along those lines,
I don't know. I can find a new word for you. We can call it, I don't know, Viking text. I don't know.
I think the term Joe's looking for is unconscious bias. I think that's what Joe's
Unconscious
looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's use that. That's a perfect that's perfect term. Yeah, let's use that term. Yeah, is there unconscious bias right now when it comes to the likes of Xerxes and Hojlund? Yeah, I don't want to call it underbelly color thing, but there's a certain shit going on right now when it's like, why is it that Hojlund has been given so much time, but even the likes of KKKG jumped onto Xerxes. I was cussing out Xerxes within the first 2 weeks, saying that he could run faster than Xerxes. Yeah, like he don't get tired walking up the street to fucking Yardman shop. Yeah, chatting shit. So what I'm saying to you is, there's a certain underbelly bias, yeah, when it comes to these situations. Do you know? Well, don't say true. I'm asking you. Do you feel it's true? Yeah. Let me not give any ideas to anybody. I don't want to lay you.
I feel like there's a little bit of like it's a gentle approach towards certain people towards certain people of a certain skin, and that is in general by the media. Because one thing for sure is if Romelu Lukaku was in the same position that he was in, he would be crucified. If Igalo was in the same position he was in, he would be crucified. So it's like right now there is a little bit of that. It's a forgiving feeling that is more like encouraging, like, oh, give him time. There's a lot more. Let's understand the mitigating circumstances. Oh, he's in this is the second season where and the new manager was fired. Like we got a new manager, so like he's learning new tactics. So I personally feel like enough time. He's been given way too much time, and I've always maintained.
Sorry, but you don't want to say. But you don't want to say. I'll say it for you. It's institutional. It's institutional racism. You don't want to say. I'll say it.
It is. It is.
There we go.
I'll say it. I don't care.
There we go.
I'll even say
any player should be given, in my opinion, in terms of like, if you're a new prospect, you come into the club, you should be given 2 years to settle. If you can, it's sink or swim. 2 years is too, like, that's why I've made my opinion already on guys like Anthony, guys who have had enough time in the club to settle in and now have a moment, a good moment and a bad moment. And then what happens after that bad moment? And this is exactly where we are with Rasmus Hojlund. So he gotta go. That's all.
Okay,
that's
so I just want to ask one question, Joe, and then you can to Wajid. Wajid, with regards to what I said, like when and I've been said this, I don't think we can sell him because I don't think we'll get the money that we should get for him. That is why I keep saying let him go on loan. Can we afford to sell him at a loss?
I mean, we're going to sell him at a loss regardless, so it doesn't matter.
What we can afford to do, I think we need.
No, but I mean at this juncture, like,
look, that's a whole different stream about what complications are to United's finances in terms
Right,
of if
so
they
that's
win
where I
if
was
they win
looking
the
at
if
it
they win
from.
the Europa, they don't win the Europa. End of the day,
Right.
I don't want Hunter Hurst Hojlund playing striker. Just go wrestle Triple H for the right to be called Triple H at WrestleMania next year. Go do your thing. Like I don't like. Sometimes this is the problem with this club. Sometimes you just don't cut your losses, and we've taken a hit on everyone else. We've lost money on everyone else. Who cares if there's one more person? And no, hang on, Peter, say something because I don't want this.
No. I wish you didn't do that. Yeah, because you know what, right?
I was
gonna
gonna pass it.
little yo-yo, yeah, and to the great one.
Yo-yo
Like,
is
I beg
such-
you.
Is it possible to have Peter in the panel and not say anything? Like be the first panelist not to say anything, Peter.
Oh,
Listen,
no,
yeah.
but that's racist. Now get out of here, boss. That's racism. No, but you get a syndrome for that. How dare you? Now you're on the bottom panel. How dare you? Now Peter takes your place. Get out.
One second.
Forgetting I got keys, Joe. What you?
Oh, that cat's so cute.
That's a kitten, actually. That's not even.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Now Peter gets
Bro.
sent us panel because of you bots. Yeah, stop touching.
Listen, put me on full screen, yeah.
Come there, let's do this.
You
Go
see
on.
this, yeah? You see this? you see the blue eyes, yeah?
Yeah.
So I hate Garnacho and Hojlund, yeah. So that's all I have to say.
Why?
Mic drop.
Why go Nacho and Hojlund?
Why? Because they're shit, bro. Why? Why do you?
I feel, but you see, hey, let me ask you one question because you know every time I hear this, yeah, I feel like I have to ask this to certain people because I don't know. Maybe it's because the stance that I've had to take with the manager this season, where I've had to take a real harsh look at him and then take a step back. Yeah. Now, when I'm looking at certain players, I'm looking at them like, don't you feel like you guys have like judged them really harshly, really quickly?
No.
And
No.
even wait a second. Hold on. The reason why I'm saying this is because they were thrust into the limelight, right? Yeah. Under pressure. Now he's gonna turn off his camera, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm chasing this kitten, bro.
No, it's the kitten. It's him and the kitten.
What's the name of the kid? What's the name of the kid? That's why.
Wayne Rooney.
Eh,
Waza.
You're taking your piss, right?
Waza.
No, I swear to God, Wayne Rooney.
I think that kid needs to put on a bit of weight to be called Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. Soon come.
Hey, you speak like a Jamaican about soon come. What are you talking about? Hey,
Not one, bro.
Hey.
That's your bumble cut,
I'm
man.
not doing this. Where I see it, yeah. Look, moving forward, yeah. I think that we treat our young players really harshly, especially look at the way people are already treating Dorgu. Don't we feel like Dorgu's being treated a bit mad? Like there's no middle ground with the young players, in it. Yeah, there's no space for them to develop. It's either you're good or you're shit. What's happened to you bought a young player, time to develop? What happened to that?
Why no one mentioning Kobe's age?
But it's like Varane was saying, you know, Man U doesn't take the time, Manchester United doesn't take the time to wean these players into the team. They just throw them into the team because we have no other options.
That's not the only thing though, because Ineos, the way they're moving, they're constantly bringing in these young players. So if they're going down this ground, are we stopping from criticizing anyone because everyone's going to be too young to be criticized? Should we stop them?
No,
because there's going to be
I don't think you
never said stop.
Constructive listen, there's a difference. Constructive criticism is always allowed, but when you become so negative that it's actually abuse, that's something that's completely different. Like being constructive about your criticism is fine. Everybody deserves constructive criticism, from the players to the manager to the directors to the front office, the back office, whatever office, upstairs office, downstairs office. Everybody
middle
criticism, constructive criticism.
But the thing is, we would call someone shit or garbage or whatever. People say that's abuse. People instantly come out and say that's abuse.
What is abuse?
if someone like me, Peter, or Wajid or anyone just calls someone shit, pure or not a shit or anything like that,
That's
it's
facts.
classed as
That's
abuse
facts.
straight away.
Those are facts. Like I'm watching Garnacho play.
Look.
Listen, Joe.
Listening.
Every 90 minutes, Garnacho plays. 2 kids in the world just fell out of love with football, bro. Fell out of love with football.
That's not as bad as I thought. That's not as bad as I thought.
Exactly. As I just said, thank you for cleaning that up.
Is your name Faz? Yeah. Do you know Bots personally? Yo, Bots. Is this Faz? Is this Faz?
That's
This
not as bad as I thought. In fairness, I thought it was
I'm not having this, bro. No, because you know
No,
what?
but to Pav's point, you saying somebody suck. I don't think that's abuse. But there are some fans that get really, really, really negative with it, bro. That it's unnecessary. Like I say short shit. Like I think short is complete
But that's where
shit.
internet content's gone. That's a whole other shit. Imagine there was a show where you could talk about topics like abuse on the internet and how it affects men. Like,
you man, shut up, man.
Why?
This is true.
Why?
Why you do that to watch it?
Why?
Why
are you simbing him, Joe?
Why are you simbing him, Joe?
No, okay. I'm gonna.
Hey, Joe. I
didn't even say sorry, Prof. I didn't even mention you in the show, Joe. I just
Asian racism. Bro.
I just said imagine there was a space that could talk about topics. That's all I said, bruv. If you feel like it's an emotional attack on you, brother, that's for you.
Listen.
Somebody about that, right, Wajid?
Listen.
Talk to somebody about that.
If a player, if a professional player, is insulted by someone telling him, pass better or telling him his shit, he should not be a professional player. Simple as that.
No, but I don't. But to that fact, Peter, like I was saying, that sort of stuff, that's like constructive criticism. That's like, okay, you need to pass better. You like to Rasmus, you need to
do everything else better.
Do everything else, right? But there are people who get on social media and they're just downright like evil, bro, like legit evil. And these men they're reading it. They're human. They're reading it. And this is a fan base.
Sorry, Riri,
the Magicianer? I know.
No, not that. Sorry, go on now.
Go ahead, Budget, and then
No. All I was gonna say is, like, this whole abuse level, it depends what kind of abuse. I saw Beckham and Ronaldo get death threats when they came back from the World Cup and the Euros. Yeah, like Fergie had to protect Ronaldo in 2007 because of the wink he gave Rooney because he helped Rooney get sent off. United fans wanted him dead up until the first game of the season, which I think was either Tottenham or Fulham. Beck's the entire country wanted Beck's dead.
No. I know after the World Cup, I get it, but you see what you just said about the protection part.
No, but I sorry, really. If you put yourself out on social media, if you want the Instagram fame and glory and the followers, and these guys want to go on Twitch, like take Shador Sanders, for example, stuff like that. You want to put yourself out there like that, then you can't cry about the criticism that comes your way. That can't because you can't put your life out there and then complain that people are attacking my life. You can't have it both ways. You can't do anything you want, and then
abuse on the whole is abuse, Wajid, and that's what I say. But criticism is criticism, but abuse, downright abuse, I don't agree with that. I don't. I don't care. I don't agree with it. Even if you put yourself out on the internet, nobody deserves to be abused. Like nobody.
No, Riri, 1 second. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, 100%. Nobody deserves to be abused. Yeah, but this is the reason why so many people, fear taking that step of going on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Of revealing their face on the internet. Yeah, it's because
First time two Caucasian men. First time two Caucasian men on this show. This is history.
He had a
Oh,
call.
okay,
He said
okay.
he'd be
Got
back.
you, got you.
We got
Peter,
two
Peter,
Caucasian men on the show before.
We've got the two Caucasian guys on the show. Well, hey, listen, it's a history on round table, but
Bots that's diabolical. I know you didn't hear. That's diabolical, man. I heard.
Wait, we'll review this footage, Peter. We'll review the footage.
I don't know.
what I'm going to say is this. Listen, hold on, yeah. You made me forget what I was going to say. Man.
I was going to buy a bonnet for this show if I ever got invited back on.
Bro, how are you 6'4", bro? With a small head.
Do you want me to tell you something?
I do not have a small head, Peter. You've never seen my head. I do not have a small head.
No, I don't want to see your head, bro. Thank you.
And
This is why we don't have This is why we have only one Caucasian on this fucking panel. This is why we only have one because there starts to be some borderline shit on here, right? Right? Like this is why there's a one Caucasian policy.
Connor is Nigerian. Sorry.
It's true, bro. Look at what you two talk. What the fuck you talk about? How about you want to see his head? Blood, man. Man's not on this. Anyway, look.
We just discussed it.
Look, anytime I have Connor on the show,
Oh, wow.
I said you're just disgusting.
Riri, you've never listened.
Well, then, I think you're probably the only person like in the GC that knows when I'm like, I've legit had enough, and I'm just like,
who told you to do that, bots? I know that was
No. Can you see my comment in the chat though? Can you see my comments?
Of course, I can see your comments.
It just says bring me back.
Right, no. Because like when I've been testing it, it's not been coming up on my screen like as if I've even been sending it. So I thought I'd been blocked on the channel or something.
You know what? Seeing as you came and interrupted the show and I forgot and I lost my train of thought, I'm just gonna.
No, we're talking about abuse on the players, like on whether or not like they have to accept that responsibility by putting their faces online.
I said I'm going to read the super chats.
All right.
You
said you lost your point. I was finding your point for you.
Let him read the supers.
You see these Caucasians? You see that?
Nah. That's youth. That's youth. That's not even ethnicity. That is just youth right there.
Man. They're going to take over the whole place.
It's in that blood. Divide and conquer. It's in that blood.
No. You gotta go to. You can't say this. What's going on here?
Oh Lord. I feel like there's gonna be charges after today's record.
Channel, guys, you can't do this on KG channel. Anyway, let me read this here. Truth is Truth has delivered less points than Southampton this season. Yes, fair enough. I'm not even gonna lie. But although I have had two shows this year. Anyway, Larry says just gave himself extra pressure. I think he's talking about who's he talking about here actually? He's talking about Rasmus, isn't it? Just gave himself extra pressure. If he's shy on Thursday, people will reference the social media post. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the same boat that Onana was in it when he started yapping his mouth off. I get it, but at the same point, it wasn't really like he was cussing another opposition. He was just saying he needed that for his own personal pleasure. He needed that for his like we were saying, for his confidence. You know what I mean? You never know what that might give him for the next match.
And that's exactly, Joe. I have to interrupt you. That's the one point that I didn't get to say earlier on. That like Rasmus Hojlund has people that but there's nothing wrong with sharing your internal thoughts with the people that care about him, right? There's some fans that started following him because he's at Manchester United, but there's some people that like Rasmus Hojlund for who he is. And there's nothing wrong with sharing your internal excitement with those people. And then, and it's not because he doesn't care about Manchester United or he's putting himself first or anything like that. And at the end of the day, that goal for me, I think it's good for him because maybe on Thursday he'll have a little bit more confidence when the ball is passed to him. That's what I want to say.
Let's ask the young person on the panel, the 20.
Yes, hold on. Let me finish reading this last one first. Remember when he scored a brace versus Bordeaux Glint? Came out to say, I played this system at Atlanta and I'm used to it, yeah? He's not scored to 5 goals since then. Why can't we discuss that?
Oh, Larry.
I mean, Larry, you make a good point there. I get it. He's not scored. He does look, he's a kid, but it's like Remy said, he's a kid, isn't it? Like, they post a lot. I don't post a
Yo,
lot.
a lot of this fan
Yeah,
base.
we know you don't post a lot. Don't worry about that. You ain't gotta remind us.
We've
A
been
lot of the fan base that are making these comments or like have an issue with what he did are older. I'm sure. Like I'm sure. Like I would, you know.
I have
if
to
I could make
agree.
a guess.
It's funny, Riri, you haven't watched this morning's show, have you? Yeah.
No, I've been busy with
You know
work
what's
all
funny?
day.
Do you know what's funny? There was a young person on the show, Mango, I do believe, yeah? It was Mango this morning saying that you old people make me laugh. Why the hell are you guys always so upset about what people are posting on social media? You don't get to control what someone does with their
I'm telling
time.
you.
And that's what he was saying. And that's what he was saying about us old brothers. Yeah?
telling
He was
you.
saying us old
Peter, have you
brothers.
seen the comment? We love little yellows comments. No, but I have to agree with what Riri's saying though. Like, from a psychological standpoint on what Rasmus Hojlund's done, I don't think it's anything that bad. I think Rasmus Hojlund's just done something to give him some sense of positive affirmation. Like, cheers, Joe. Barely, but you know, like giving himself some form of positive affirmation. Joe, like,
That's my elbow. You're lucky. Yeah,
because you'll see people like just give themselves like a small little list of like things they'll say to themselves in the morning. Joe, like just to get them ready for the day. Like something just to make them feel better. Like, and I feel like Rasmus Hojlund just tried to do that to make himself feel better about the goal. Like, and the fact he's not scored he scored 3 goals in 33 games, which is basically 1 goal every 11 matches. You know, like
Let me ask something. That post that he posts, was it like directly after the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
So dude was on that goal was scored at like the 95th minute.
96th minute. Yeah, like,
yesterday.
Dude ran into the dressing room and picked his phone up, bro. Like this is young people. Like I'm telling you, this is what they do.
Yeah.
Like I don't post on social media a lot, so like I don't really see it from I see it from a perspective of I don't post shit on social media, so I don't sort of relate to it.
These guys are in a bubble, though. You have to understand as well. Yeah, what else do they do? If you understand what I mean in that respect, you know what I mean. They're going to go home. They're going to get ready for training the next day. They're going to play a little FIFA, maybe.
No, you know what they did? They went into that dressing room, put TikTok on, and did a dance. That's what they did. Exactly.
I can't wait for Ahmad to get back in that dressing room. I'm going to love watching his Snapchat stories of him just filming the dressing room.
Listen to Peter.
Listen to you.
Snapchat stories. No. You just said listen to Peter. No.
Sorry,
I am the other one.
No. She said listen, Peter.
Oh, I thought you said
no, I never said that. I'll replay it.
No, I said Peter. My bad.
Oh, shame. But never mind. It's she getting confused.
One sec.
I'm not even going to say anything before I get in trouble.
No, because
beforehand
Peter was down in that corner, and now Connor is down in that corner.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we'll make an excuse for it. Don't worry about it. But anyway, look. All I'm going to say is this. Yeah, I feel that Rasmus is getting this not the Rashford treatment exactly, right? Because Rashford, we know he gets just
Rashford
anything. He gets subjugated for all sorts of reasons. Just because
Rashford's got the political tax too, like legit.
Now, honestly, for me though, it's like I don't understand why.
Like, the press in England go for like legit, like I don't know who he pissed off with that whole COVID thing for them kids and whatever, bro.
The government.
It's the government. It's what he did, yeah. Because he did that things for the kids. Yeah, they was like, nah, brother. Who are you though? About you get MBE. MBE where? About anyway, let's talk about that. Let's not talk about that. That's another show for another show, if you know what I'm saying. Well, anyway,
I kind of wanted to respond a little bit about like I get what Riri's saying in general it's young people culture, but there's a little bit of like I feel like while alienating young people, because even older people post a lot. There's some people that do that post their feelings anytime. Oh, I need to take a nap. I need, like, why are you posting that? Take the damn nap and stop tweeting it. But it's something that happens, and even like now, if you follow David De Gea on his Instagram, David De Gea is, no, I wouldn't say he's young. and his Insta, he's very
Roy
active.
Keane has Instagram. He don't post that often, but he has Instagram.
Right. But like, there's a little bit of that I wanted to point out and say, let's not like alienate and say it's only a young people culture. There is other exceptions where I feel like they also, we need to mention them a little bit. That's all I wanted to add to that.
If we won, no one would talk about this. If you won, so
say that again.
If we won, yeah, no one would talk about the. I needed this.
I feel like the caption would be different.
I disagree because you know why?
No.
Do you know why? I'll tell you exactly why people would still say something, and this is the reason why. And that was a perfect
shit.
But I don't.
Because Liverpool won the Premiership, bro, yesterday, and he had the nerve to do it in the first place, fam. That's another reason why people are upset.
And?
No, I disagree. I strongly disagree.
I'm telling you, that's what people have said. You can disagree, but that's what people have said. Liverpool won the Premiership yesterday, and this guy is talking about how we should have got the win. Well, like it's going to make any fucking difference. Basically, what people are saying, yeah. Like, what difference would it have made if we got the fucking win? And we're here, trying to celebrate some win against nothing. Nope, sorry, not nothing. A nothing win against a team that we shouldn't even be in positions with. Yeah, we should be up levels, way up here, and we're down there talking about he's happy that he got one goal. Peter, are you telling me that you're not a little bit? I swear you was the one this morning that was saying that you was pissed off as well. I want to hear some more from you.
I didn't say I was pissed off with my finances. I said I don't care because both me and him are fasting. I'm fasting for something else. He's fasting for goals. So.
I'm not gonna go into that. You don't want to hear what Peter said this morning, actually. But yeah, he's basically it's after the watershed. Basically, Peter said he's fasting for pum pum. Yeah, he ain't had no pumping in time, yeah, and Rodgers ain't had no goals in time. Yeah, basically, that's what Peter said this morning. If you
thanks for sharing with the class.
Yeah, don't worry. I was gonna let you know. Man, they had no pump for a little while. And man starving, and that's how.
And that was it, starving as well. So he needed this, You
might need to. I'll hold back what I was gonna say.
Yo is out of control too in the chat. Yo loves the chaos, bro.
Yeah,
fasting for yeah.
It's the. But no, honestly, look.
It's not even funny. I would cry. It's not funny.
No, well, watch it. You're big man. You don't look the best right now.
I'm just watching my entire professional career. I've spent 10 years on. That's what it is.
Donald Trump announced these tariffs.
Just watching years of investment banking go straight down the toilet. Sorry, continue as you were.
No. From now on, Wajid is allowed to put his camera off because
it doesn't matter now, does it? Does it matter now?
No, but with all fairness, the amount of crash outs Wajid has had with his camera on, at this point,
I don't.
Wajid's going for the crash out award.
There's a difference between crashing out and abuse and talking about Nyasha in a setting. Yeah.
Hey, no. I remember. Hey, Wajid, you've had some actually iconic crash outs on this channel now. Yeah, especially after the awards, you've crashed out. Who was you? Anyway, we're gonna get into that actually.
I just realized I have no tolerance for stupidity. That's what I've realized. That's
what's so funny? As you get older, that gets it gets like this small.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a question.
Go on.
Yes, before I crash out on you.
I mean, it's about the point I'm trying to get to. I feel like it's an unfair bias here, Joe. But Liverpool actually winning the league. Now, Liverpool winning the league. Who actually cares?
I care.
Right?
Everyone cares, bro.
I care.
Are you mad, bro?
Actual question is, how do you feel? That's the question. How do you feel? Connor, speak on it then. Go on.
They've won their second league title in 30 years. Like they've won 20 league titles. Fair enough, 20 league titles. That's all it is. 20 league titles. How many Premier?
No, it's not. It's 6 Champions Leagues, yeah. It's 6 Champions Leagues, yeah. It's 20 titles, yeah.
Yeah, and we're not doing this. We're not doing this. The league only started in 1990.
No, I'm not saying it's that. I'm saying, but for the recency of it, Liverpool have been.
Brother,
Liverpool.
No recency. It's history, bro. That's why we are the. I will say we are the biggest club in England. We are the biggest club because of our history. So if we erase our history, what's left, bro?
Even without the history, currently Liverpool had a big celebration yesterday, but the Man U situation was covered a lot more than the Liverpool celebration.
No, it depends. I'm sorry. It literally depends where you are, where you live, who you're around, and all that stuff. Bruv, I've had to deal with Scouser and Arsenal bullshit all year.
I live with 5 Liverpool fans.
Yeah, my mother is a Liverpool fan, and I've had to listen. I've had to listen to that.
This is getting from bad to worse.
Yeah,
I live with 5 Liverpool fans.
I've had to listen to it. It depends.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm pissed. I'm not happy about this. Like, I got a lot of Liverpool friends that yesterday my phone was going off. That's why I just switched to basketball because I was like, I'm not doing this.
Even in their league period of shitness, they still won a Champions League in 05. They did nothing in the league. They still won a Champions League, and they got back to the final in 07. What the hell are we doing in our shitness in Europe?
Winning Carabao Cups.
Oh, not even that, bro. Like, it still took 5 years. Like this, I give a shit about how good Liverpool are because they're closer to 21 and the 7th Champions League than we are to 21 and a 4th Champions League.
The most baddest thing, yeah. When they were shit, when we were going Anfield, we will get dunked on by Ngok, by Babel, by Dirk Kuyt hat-trick, by Babel scoring 90+ goal winner, by Ngok scoring 90+ goal winner, by Lucas Leiva, by some shit players. And now when we're shit, they come to Old Trafford and they better 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 4-0 at Old Trafford, you know.
Do you not feel like the fact that we've known they've been going to win it for so long that it's like it's somewhat watered down them winning it?
No, it's not.
To me, I feel like
it might. For me, it's fucking not.
Bro, turn that comment off, bro.
Why?
What? Turn that comment off, bro.
And then it works for anyone. And then twerks for Liverpool.
How can you say that?
How can you say that? Twerking for Liverpool, like what? How does that happen? These young people, man, I tell you, these young people, the brain is not.
He's a Man United fan. He just doesn't want to admit it. It's fine. We all know
it's true.
Like I've seen that man talk more about Man United than he's ever spoken about his own club. It's fine. He's a Man United fan. Everyone knows it.
It's true. Man's done scouting for Man United as well. Man's done scouting for United.
Who does NN support?
Supposedly Chelsea fan.
Yeah. Him and El Captain, both Chelsea fans. Chelsea diehard.
Bro.
Wow. I mean, Sergeant Ratcliffe had a season ticket to Chelsea and bought United. That's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Yeah, the Sergeant Ratcliffes. Both of them. But anyway, hey, someone just pulled up out of nowhere. Abs, end to end. Hey, everybody say a big up. Well, let me know. How you doing?
What up?
Pervert. How you doing?
I've just kicked out bots.
No. I kicked myself out. I subbed out so the screen is balanced.
It's fine, man. Just bloody. What's
bro?
This guy.
Oh, I know. Do you know what? I know what he's doing. He's going to go to leave because he's also fast.
Yeah. He's trying to play. He's trying to play FIFA. That's what he's trying to do.
Let me go see if Bots is still sat on pro clubs.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's right there trying to leave about. Nah, bro. We're having a conversation about you want to play pro clubs, bro. Your team's shit. Just admit it. You're done, fam.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I support.
Bro, come on, bro. Not speaking about pro.
I mean, he's right. He's right.
You got like 4 people on here from that team, Joe. Like we could all just leave your round table.
What's supposed to be in practice right now?
I mean, we can have a conversation.
I'll say here chilling. You guys can all leave. I'll say here chilling with my boy Joe.
Peace. Mine's was upset though. But anyway, let's still talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later before the show ends, isn't it? Yeah. But look, let's talk about this. Abs, you've just joined the show, yeah? Let me ask you the serious question right now. As a Manchester United fan, and I know you have a Liverpool breaking because I have him on the other show. And hopefully he's there tomorrow to enjoy his.
Well, he was there today in all his glory, wearing sunglasses and all that stuff for my.
I saw. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, how do you honestly feel? Because that was one of the subjects. I don't know if you saw it before you came in. Yeah, I know you probably was on your.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked that you asked the question. Oh, sorry, Connor said, "Do we care that Liverpool?" I 100% care, right? Because when I was young as hell, I remember Liverpool fans holding a banner, basically telling Alex Ferguson is like he's not going to get to where they are. And he then put out and said, my biggest challenge is knocking Liverpool off his perch. My man was here for how long? He was here for how long? Finally done it. And how many managers we had since? All the managers we've had since, Glazers, Ineos, all of them have messed up so bad that Liverpool have caught up. In the years that we've been bad since Alex Ferguson left, Liverpool have won 2 titles.
Why?
And as Wajid said, they are closer to 21 than we are to 21.
They're closer to 25 than we are to 21.
I mean, if you want to put it that way, yes. Right? And I've already said 21. I've already said to some people, 21, I might leave the country.
No.
What am I here for?
Gary Neville saying shit.
Where you going, Abs? You're still a Man U fan, so a Manchester United fan. So
yeah, but I don't need to be here to listen to. Like, Sky is full of ex-Liverpool players. They've been biased for years. I've been handling it because we've been winning. It's been hard, this, and now Liverpool won again. I need to be out. I need to be out. I might even stop watching football. Like, no. Saudi League is looking competitive. I'll pick a team from there.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny.
Lift it for reviews again.
What's that?
I said go support Ronaldo in Saudi. Just get to watch Ronaldo again. Ronaldo ball.
Who said I'm
going to start the Ronaldo team?
No chance. No chance.
And wishing for the best, in it. I bet that's N. Yeah.
And then he said he's going to curse me in it. So I'm definitely not touching the country. That's probably the only place it works.
I mean, I know that because Onana went back for thingy, and he didn't even get that played. I'm saying he doesn't work.
I'm not taking risk. I'm not taking risk.
No, hold on, Connor. 1 second. Right, Riri, did you get to say your comments on whether or not you care about?
No. I said yeah. I said I care. I was very upset yesterday. Like my phone was because I have friends that are pool fans, and I'm in group chats like with these fools, bro. Like, that's why I watched basketball all afternoon yesterday, because I wanted nothing to do with football. I wanted to see nothing where football was concerned.
Don't you find that there's been quite a lull in the Manchester United fan base, or is it because we're too scared, or we're as a fan base?
No, I don't think it's a lull. I think it depends again on the generation. So like, again, this panel, like, you know, you have a younger person on the panel, and then you have us that have experienced the highs of Man U. Like somebody said in the chat, and Ab said, Sir Alex worked to put us in the lead. Like, we saw that, we lived that, we experienced that. You know what I mean? And we know what that rivalry is. A lot of, because Manchester United has been shit for the last 12-13 years, someone like Connor, let's say, and Connor, sorry to pick on you, but you are on the panel, who's like 22, 13 years ago, he was a kid. He was, you know.
I'm 21, but thanks for making me older.
Oh, even worse, bro. Even worse, bro.
You know what?
You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, Joe? Like, he was legit like 8 years old. You know what I mean? 13 years ago.
Can I just add something quickly, Joe? Right? Have you noticed that all the images, the AI images you're seeing with Liverpool celebrating it, is all Alex Ferguson, not Pep. Not Pep that's made them a bridesmaid for 5 seasons. Not Pep. Not Arteta that they made a bridesmaid for the 3rd year in a row. No, they all went straight back to Alec because they're like, oh no, you remember what you said? So if you weren't there at that time, you're not going to feel the rage.
Right, you're not going to feel the hatred and the anger. You know,
the moment I shared that picture in the group, I was raging because I kept asking my Liverpool fans. I said, "Bruv, I respect Sir Alex Ferguson, please." Like I was angry. Respect him. Like, how are you bringing him into this conversation when you didn't win these leagues when he was there? You won it. You lost the bet how many times? Why is his face not there?
I'll tell you exactly why. You know the funny thing is, we've been saying it for the last how many years when Pep's been winning the league. What have we all been saying? Every time they've won the league, no one cares. No one cares.
No, I would disagree.
No, not you, Peter. I know there's maybe a majority of people that might have said that they do care, but I'm going to be quite honest with you, bro. Peter, the majority of the Manchester United fan base, apart from when they won the treble and when they started, they started winning all these things.
100%. I put my hands up to that.
No.
Because we had a choice between Liverpool winning the league or Man City winning the league. I picked Man City until they went 3 in a row. 3 in a row is when I started going, no, hey, someone else apart from Liverpool stopped them. Then 4 in a row, I was like, please, come on. The treble as well. That's when I started going, hey, no, Man City shouldn't.
There we go. That's only when we started caring. No one cared before. Yeah. No one cared before when they won. Let's be real.
I cared, yeah.
Again, that shit depends where you are because you London man them when it came to Arsenal versus Man City. When it came to Arsenal versus Man City, you guys are saying, you'd rather take Man City winning it over Arsenal. And I was
do you remember the argument I had by myself when I said I'd rather have Man City? And everyone was like, and I even called KG. I said, because you live in London, that's why you're saying this nonsense.
Yeah, that's what that's.
I've always had a problem with City winning the league.
That's literally
always had a problem.
That's a location tax. That's location tax.
Well, I don't even know if it's location for me because I'm across the pond. So, but I've always, for me, it's if we're in the same city. You're not winning nothing over me, bro.
It started with Tevez.
You know what I mean? You're not winning.
The Tevez thing always pissed me off, though. I'm not gonna lie.
And I was like, what, 12, 13? And when Tevez went there, and when that hunchback, Quasimodo Craig Bellamy joined, then Gareth Barry joined. Then
shaming Peter, watch it.
I don't care. I'm fed. I don't care. So this is friendly fire, yeah. When the boy joined, so
that comment from David T is just this is getting me even more angry. We had a 30-year head start.
David T says with a super chat, we had a 30-year head start to go ahead of Paul, and what have we done with it though? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the 30. When the hell did we have 30 years?
I'm confused. We only won it in 30. Remember, they didn't win it in 32 years.
That's not a 30-year head start. We spent 30 years catching up. If anything.
Like if we won the league,
they had a head start.
Once we beat their record, if we won the league then for another 30 years, that's a 30-year head start. Yeah. Like catching up to first place is not a 30-year head start.
Liverpool are the one that had the head start.
Yeah, 30. Like they had their head start, and then Fergie caught up to them. That's a difference in that.
Either way, I think the idea is that we finally got to that perch. We finally got there. We finally had a two league above them, all for it to wither down to the point where we are now. And then they're winning, and we're not even close to challenging them. We were zero relegation goal. That's what's the pressure for me.
Let me just read this other last super chat from David T. Also says it's depressing. Glazers fumbled us bad.
100%.
Now, I mean,
it's all right, man. We got people in the fan base that are gonna fly to Manchester and fight the good fight.
Yeah,
there's gonna be riots outside Old Trafford. They're gonna be leading the revolution.
They want to go to prison. They want to go to prison,
and it will be televised.
Yeah, they're gonna lead the revolutionary.
Watch it. Should we fly some drones in it, like strangeways for them when they get arrested?
Is that a slight dig at Canny? Was that a slight dig at Canny?
even slight, bro. That was a blatant thing.
One more. It's one more, yeah.
It's like
It was more than Kenny, by the way.
I think there was Hawking as well.
Hey,
And a bunch of other
when
people.
Kenny's done fighting the good cause, innit? You could take them kids to Butlins while you're here as well.
You know what? I swear to God, every time Pav opens his mouth, I have to hold my hand over the fucking symbol. I don't listen.
Pav lives in Manchester also.
Nah, I'm near Milton Keynes, innit?
Oh.
Okay. You know, I wasn't quite sure because you don't have a Manc accent, so I wasn't actually quite sure, but I know you wasn't in London.
It's pretty much London.
Yeah, quite now. But anyway, listen, guys. What do you want to say though? Is Hold on, no, but so let me ask you because I kept your head deliberately. So let me ask you. Yeah, look, you haven't really said much about this Liverpool situation. Yeah, how do you feel? Look, you're a content creator. You're a guy that's out here in the mains all the time. Yeah, I never heard you really speak about Liverpool win. I haven't heard you. Are you really that bothered as an international fan?
So it's like this. So I've lived in various places in my life, right? And every place, starting from Botswana, where I was born and raised. And I think
was a Rolling Stone.
When I was in Botswana in December, I did a little vlog on my next door neighbor is a Liverpool fan. He's the guy that I actually like sort of when I started watching football, we were watching together and there was that rivalry. But when I moved out of Botswana and went to Hong Kong, because I lived in Hong Kong for just a little over 2 years, like I was surrounded by Chelsea fans. So the banter that I get over there was more just like Chelsea yappa. And now in America, there's a lot more Arsenal fans. So in my immediate right now, current like social circle, there's a lot more Arsenal fans than say Chelsea or Liverpool or City. So for my sanity, like it's nice that Arsenal fans are quiet, but I do not like that Liverpool won it. Just because I know the brethren that I'm talking about, he's been on my show before, he's been on my channel before. He's a Liverpool supporter, and I can't talk to him right now, you know. So
I don't feel like you answered my question properly though, but like you went a long way around to say, like,
you went us through his life.
I'm giving you the context of the location and what it means.
What I'm trying to get at is, bro, how do you look? Fuck your friend, yeah. Like, forget about that person, yeah.
Why fuck my friend? Why
did you say F him for?
Anyway, I'm trying to say.
We need to have that 50 Cent clip on this channel. We need that 50 Cent.
Why did you say F him for?
Joe,
what's he do, bro?
I mean, he is a Liverpool fan though, so we do have to support that.
Hey, Joe was hurt that Bots has actually got a friend, and it's just not Joe, isn't it?
Listen, the last time I went after a Liverpool fan on this channel, I got a seven thing bad.
7 week suspension. 7 week suspension.
Huh?
We know what you said to get that bad. Yeah.
It was,
and if I see him in the street, I tell him the same thing all over again. Bro.
If it's against a Liverpool fan, it's valid though. I don't even know what she said, but it's valid.
No.
Where were you going with it?
I don't know. I keep losing my train of thought, bro. It's late, innit? Yeah. But
so to answer your question in short, it really annoys me. It pains me that we don't have these bragging rights anymore. You know, Liverpool, we have to play catch up now. Like we have to get it right. This recruitment, this coming winter.
Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to say to you now. Sorry, I said F your.
And remember,
one second. I remember. No, 1 second. No, because you haven't got the question. Yeah, F your brethren. Yeah. I want to know your feelings on the situation in terms of like, forget about that long explanation that you did, yeah? Just tell me how you feel. Because you know what I've noticed, yeah? There's a lot of people here right now, yeah, that have not it's only after dragging it out of them that they're telling you how they really feel about this Liverpool thing. Because I heard no noise. Like I said, bro, you're a content creator, yeah?
Yeah.
You're a guy that I do thumbnails for. You've never once asked me to do a thumbnail yet for Liverpool's one. You don't care. What I'm trying to say to you is, let's be real. You don't care, fam. You don't care. Be honest.
Why would you, bro?
I don't like that. Why do I care about
it? I don't like show bots.
When you pay attention to them, yeah, bro,
the more I
you
talk
can't
about
pay
them,
attention,
the more I
bro.
make them relevant, Joe.
Yo,
Like I
Joe,
don't
Yeah.
understand.
Joe,
Bots.
you make me laugh, bro. Like you make me laugh. Like you go from like 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds, bro. Like,
Listen, that's what I was hired for. Don't worry about it. Yeah? Bots, come on, man. Honestly, do you care? Honestly, because if it wasn't Frederick, no. Honestly,
okay, so do you care? Do you care that they are now tied with us for, the most Premier League titles won? Yeah, the fact that they're now tied with us. Yes. No,
Joe,
but I'm not talking to you,
yeah,
Joe.
I already said it.
I know how you feel. You're cursing out everybody.
I already said I do not care about Liverpool. I don't care about people that I don't talk about people I don't care about.
So the fact that the fact that they've caught up to us doesn't anger you?
It's okay with you.
What do you mean it's okay with me?
I'm saying
that's what you said. I don't care.
If the fact that they've
No. I don't care that they won. Of course, I said that it messes up our bragging rights. I'm saying that we now don't have bragging rights over them, so screw them. Me talking every time you say Liverpool, you're making them more relevant.
No, you're not. They fucking won 20 times. How are they less relevant?
Bro, people.
We're talking more about 1,000 men, 100 men versus a gorilla.
No, right, hang on. Wait, no, hang on.
Not the gorilla talk again. We're not doing this.
But
you see this man? Do you know what he did? Do you know what he done, bro?
But just because Manchester United fans want to run away from the facts of Liverpool winning the title doesn't mean people aren't talking about it. Yeah, because Man United fans want to escape with there's a gorilla, 100 men versus one gorilla doesn't mean it's
relevant.
It's not more relevant. Right? What bragging rights do Man United now have to be the biggest club in England aside from? What?
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
So then how is it not relevant?
No.
So then how is it not relevant?
Man City's got the treble. They've got the most Premier League. They've equaled us with the most Premier League, bro. What are we? That's all we had. All we had was history. And these guys are killing our history. And it's we don't give a shit.
We don't have the most Champions Leagues. We now don't have the least titles. We now don't have the most league titles. We also now don't have the most trophies. What the fuck do we have to talk about as a club? We are
followers, bro. Instagram followers.
We are what Liverpool fans. We are what Liverpool fans were. We are what Liverpool fans were in the 2000s when they kept on talking about the history.
Do you know that's what my brethren said to me though, Wajid, yesterday? He's like, look how the tables have turned. He legit said that. He's like, now y'all ain't got shit to talk about. Like he legit said that to me yesterday. Like what you just said is what one of my Liverpool brethren said to me yesterday. He's like, look how the tables have turned. Like legit, that shit pissed me off so badly, son.
I wanted
to throw my phone, but then I thought about Peter, and I was like, "Nah, that's not."
Joe, there's a certain doctor trying to protect bots in the chats. If you want to bring up a comment, she's trying to articulate your point for you. Because you can't articulate it. So obviously she has to do it for you, just in case anyone's misunderstood.
Now, bots, I don't want you to start doing that that pill stuff, yeah, and start simping, yeah. But I want to ask you a question, yeah. Is that what you meant? Don't disagree, yeah. Be honest. Is that what you meant? What should say yes?
But based on these words, you guys are like, oh. So, how do you feel about the milk that was spilled?
It's long, bro. Oh no, I don't
and I'm like, Joe, guys, the milk was gonna spill.
Shut up, bro.
Why is he always talking?
You're crazy, bro.
Why can he never give a yes or no answer? Why is Boss always talking?
He's a Liverpool fan, bro.
And the comment's wrong. The comment's wrong. What she should have put, we can't go over coconut milk.
I feel like Bots always enjoys talking when it's about Dr. NHS. Like, he just tries to drag it out a bit.
I ain't gonna lie. No, I was about to point out that he looked extra happy when he realized that it was Doctor defending him. But
nepotism, bro. This
His
channel
face-
runs
his face
on
right
nepotism.
now.
Happy abs. What's wrong with it?
nah, bro. Look at that smirk. Look at that smirk on your left hand side, bro.
This channel runs on nepotism.
All right.
Like it's like LeBron being a dad.
Hey, but on a real, ain't none of you lot been prepared for the last couple of months, knowing that Liverpool winning his title anyway.
No, bro, I was
no
deluded, bro.
preparation for pain, bro.
Because you know what I saw yesterday, yeah, they won that title, and
Arsenal had one job, but they fucked that
No,
shit.
I was deluded, yeah. I was watching Liverpool games, and I said maybe this is the game they drew, they lost here, bro. They won. And Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal did the Arsenal thing.
mate, I turned off every notification to every journalist I follow on Twitter, yeah. I saw United fans say when they saw the celebration of the Liverpool stuff, I'm like, why are you even watching it? Secondly, you're sitting there. Some of them are sitting there saying, when we win the league title, yeah, it's gonna hit like crack. I'm like, what are you talking about league title? I'm waiting for my team to win back-to-back Premier League games, and you were talking about league title.
I'm waiting for my team. I'm waiting for my team. I'm waiting for my team to have a positive. I'm waiting for my team to have a positive goal difference.
Bro,
That's not happening this season. Watch
Zero goal difference, bro. Not positive. Zero, bro.
Watch it.
that guy can't cut his hair.
Try again next season.
I'm not trying again.
What about scoring more than 70 goals a season? We're also waiting for that.
You know
Maybe
what?
a
I'm
striker that can score 20 goals a season. Like, there's so many things.
I think
that
Wadji just wants
it
positive
just
goal
reminds you
difference
how
in a
bad
game.
things
Like, I don't even think he wants it in the league. I think he just wants it in a game. Like, just in a match at this point.
It's in one match, but I'm going to ask you guys this same question that I ended the show this morning with, yeah? So I'm not going to start with the likes of Abs. I'm going to start with the likes of Riri. What would you give this manager right now, marks out of 10, right this minute? What would you give? Actually, do you know, maybe I should start with Abs, because you know what, he knows his answer, and it's something that we heard this morning. Yeah, so let's just, so you can get the idea of what we're trying to gauge here. Yeah, what are you giving this manager, Abs, in terms of his performance thus far this season, taking everything into account?
So I said 5 out of 10, and I was just gonna add this quickly, right? Because I was shocked how many people were like 5, and then they turn around and gave 4, and I'm just looking and going, bro, we're not that far apart, then, were we? And why I'm giving him the 5-4 is it's the context behind his hiring, it's the formation change, it's the no real training time in between, it's the no real support in the January transfer window. And the fact we've reached the semi-final of the Europa League, which a certain man that spent 700 million couldn't get to.
He didn't get a chance to, but anyway.
I'm sorry. After spending 700
He was
million.
knocked out by Sevilla, bro.
What?
He was knocked out by Sevilla. He was knocked out in the quarterfinals by Sevilla, bro.
Don't rap with me. We can have a conversation after, but anyway.
So for that reason, I said I'll just give him a 5 out.
Joe has still not finished his de-brainwashing from being a part of this THDL.
No, him and Josh, and there's some other people as well. Who would you look at that? I said this name.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't go that far.
Bro.
I didn't go that far.
This THDL,
no, he's like
THDL is like Hydra, man. They're still in the shadows.
I was just about to say they're like Hydra from the Avengers.
No lie, bro. He like Voldemort. You just said his name and he popped in the chat.
Chop off one head, 2 more will grow, innit? That's what THDL is, man.
Funny how the THDL members, yeah, are the first one questioning Amorim.
Can you imagine? No, do you know what?
Yeah.
When they first started, right, I was so irritated by it because I was trying not to crash out, I was trying not to argue, but I was like, you man are questioning formation.
You were the first one.
Tactics. Where have you been the last 2 years?
Because guess what? The manager I believed in, yeah. The manager I believed in was adaptable, and now everybody's saying this man has to.
He was what?
He was what?
No, let me not say
what?
Short.
He was adaptable for 2 games.
Not short. Watch it.
I was this close to
Joe, what's going on? Are you like you're exposing yourself tonight, man?
Yeah, you think
I
I care?
that
Hold
man,
on.
that
I'll
man
give a
got you
shit.
cursing in another language on the mains, bro.
No, I'm in shock, you know. I've actually just gone totally silent when he said he was adaptable. Huh? We didn't watch 3-1-6 nonsense for the whole season when he had no players that were fit.
I mean,
That didn't happen last season.
I think Joel might mean like he's
because he was
adaptable in his hairstyles or something. Maybe that's the thing he said he's adaptable in, like his hairstyles. So that might be the thing he's adaptable in.
What, he had one
Facing-
hairstyle, bro. He had
facing
one-
every game, yeah.
Saying that's fucking adaptable. So hold on,
I'm not
though.
gonna lie. That last comment is so right. If this was a morning show, there would be a poll for you for spin the wheel on you. You know that because what you've just said.
Guess what?
We
Hey,
can bring this to KG tomorrow. KG will charge it tomorrow. We'll just bring it.
stop pressing the button, you dickhead. Yeah, stop pressing the button.
No, let's just charge it tomorrow morning. We'll just bring this to KG then.
Listen. I know what. I mean, so much in shock. Sorry, let me just finish off what I'm saying because this is just what I've just heard now is disgusting.
He wasn't that.
What I've just seen with Josh appearing after I said his name.
That's why you're proud of Aaron for not changing, bro.
No, hold on a second.
Abs, man was
Just
literally
appearing after I said his
he
name.
was literally lurking, just waiting to hear one of you
Just
say
waiting.
his name.
Just
bro.
waiting, right? And now learning that apparently Ten Hag was adaptable. Cool, whatever. Anyway, right? So yeah, for the context and for the surrounding he's come into, I'm just giving him a 5. Don't get me wrong. I'm not lying to anyone and saying this is a great season. I'm not. I'm just saying for what he's had to deal with, I'm just saying 5 out of 10. I'm not gonna moan anymore about it. It's just Lil Yo-Yo, I said it once.
No.
I didn't do it 3 times. I said it once.
Adaptable, yeah.
So to answer your question, because I knew what you meant, Joe, when you were going where you were going with your question. For me, I would say 5 too. Like I don't get what this fan base is about because like with the previous manager, we kept saying we don't have a style of play, we don't this, we don't that, we don't this, we're winning trophies, but we still don't have a style of play, blah blah blah. This manager comes in, he has a style of play. However, the mans them we got on this team are such, they're as such. Most of them are not adapting. Most of them are not reforming to what he wants to do and play. So now we have a style of play, but then now mans are complaining, oh, well, we not winning nothing. We don't got no silver this year. We don't got no. So, bro, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I personally have seen certain things. For me, I've seen more team football this season under him than I did 2 years with Eric Ten Hag. With Eric Ten Hag, there was more individual brilliance than there was team ball. With this guy, I see more link up. I see more team plays with this guy than I did with Eric Ten Hag. So I'm all for team. So individual brilliance can only carry you but so far. So
I'm going to ask you guys this question actually before we move that question on to everybody else in the panel, yeah, who wasn't here this morning. There's been a general narrative going through the Premier League this season saying that the style of play that that's gaining wins, yeah. No. The style of play that's gaining wins and advancing this season is more of the direct approach of football and not the possession style of play of football. I know some of you football scholars and just people that are in the know would have heard this general notion this season, right? That they're saying that the Pep style of football, the possession style of football is dying out. And people have understood it now and they understand how to defend against it. And it's a more direct style of football that's being implemented right now. Do you think we've caught onto this too late?
So they want to bring back this.
When have we played with more possession, bro? When?
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Great answer.
When?
That's because no, because every team tries to play the same way now. They try to play 4-3-3. They try to stick 3 in the midfield. They try to hold the ball, press in a certain position in the same way. And Man City realised when they were playing against Chelsea at the Etihad this season, when they were playing in that formation, Chelsea were pressing them very strictly, so they just went long with it over the top to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland knocked it down to Foden, and then Foden scored. Prime Fergie ball. That's all they did. Went long to one striker, knocked it down to the other, and then went in the back of the net. 4-4-2. That's all it was.
Honestly, Joe.
Who told you this, bro? Statman Dave.
I watched it with my eyes.
Prime Fergie ball.
No, I'm joking. No. 4-4-2 is what I meant, like prime Fergie ball. Like, I meant like 4-4-2 prime Fergie ball, like tall striker, small striker. That's what I meant by 4-4-2.
Connor's right.
Yeah, no.
If we're gonna start talking about what historically the most successful formation in the Premier League is, go back to 4-4-2. Why do
4-4-2?
No, but why change? Why adapt? Why move with the times of football?
Okay,
just go
back with the dinosaurs, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
So let's bring back a pigskin football at the same time. Let's bring back like great.
That's an American thing.
When I tell you, my beard is one of my favorite people.
No,
it's sarcasm.
What are we saying, Wajid? We go back to Heskey and Owen type.
I'm saying you'll disagree. You'll not accept the point when Man City changed their formation to play that style of play where they had one tall striker and just having a small striker running onto it.
Can I give you a little bit of
finish my point
right?
quickly. Yeah.
For Chelsea to be that high up, right? They have to pass out the back, and then Chelsea will high press. Then the defenders will move up. Then it leaves loads of space in behind. This is not a new thing. Pepper's done it in the seasons he was winning. He's done it to Liverpool, by the way, where he just tells the goal Edison, because that's why Edison's there. If everyone comes to the halfway line, knock it over them.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily a new thing. It's not. He still wants possession of the game. So when he gets to that half and they can't get a shot off straight away. They start passing it all the way back.
I mean, it's literally how Ahmad scored the second goal at the Etihad this season.
Yeah.
Sandro Martinez, one ball over the top.
That pass out to the right.
It's how we scored 2 goals in the FA Cup final as well.
You have that in the Arsenal, but the only way to really get that is by keeping possession of the ball. And making them press you, and making them come out of shape, or making them come high. So you still need the possession to be able to just do that. Whilst the 4-4-2 you're talking about, which I played in, and I watched. It didn't matter where the defensive line was. Put it there. Tall man, knock it down. That's completely different. There's no style to it. It's goalkeeper long, centre back long, right back long. Like that's completely different to what you're seeing now. It's always having that second plan to catch out anyone that's trying to do a different defensive plan to you. That's what it is.
So, Abs, what you're saying is you can still play possession football and still play long balls as
you have to play possession football to get that defensive line up.
You have to incorporate the two. So you play like what he's saying, and I understand what he's saying. You gotta play the possession football to draw them out, and then once you get them to, change their shape or whatever, then.
And last year, do you remember? This is why we actually bought it just never worked.
It sounds like that dynamic football that Eric Ten Hag was trying to play.
Nah, fuck off, Joe. Fuck off.
No.
Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that. Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
I said drop a bomb, Dad.